Well, believe it or not, this is really Biron's journal. And that's really Martin Biron, who's the star of the show. The guy that's been really hosting this the last how many episodes, the little guy that also goes by the name of Biron, is nowhere to be found. Well, actually, he's here today, but he's off camera. He's got other duties, and you're actually back on the spot.
See, what I did is I told him he could go and skate, so we could do this, and I can reclaim my spot. It's hard, when a 7-year-old comes and steals your show, and now everybody's calling in. He's got a lot more views online than I do. I mean, that's tough, but I'm still his old man. I can pull a few tricks.
You outwitted him. Good job. So Marty Biron can outwit a 7-year-old, so that's a plus right here. Could be a good sign for the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. It's already one in the bank for this guy. And you know what? It's a year. This is a 1-year anniversary. I don't know where the balloons and the champagne and the cake and everything is, but 1-year anniversary of Biron's Journal, and except this time you're not like all like this, because your collarbone's cracked.
Yeah, and I'm going to be very serious for a minute, but if you told me a year ago we were going to do this for more than a few episodes, I would have said you were crazy. Not that I'm not saying that now, but I mean, it's just fun. I've had a lot of fun doing this. Obviously, Jacob had a blast. We're going to do a little bit more now. We're talking, but hopefully we'll get to do some interesting stuff, especially on the road when we get on the road. But 1 year, man. So many people to thank, and I forgot my paper, my note, my speech, but we'll just go with whatever question you got.
Well, you know what? The very first episode, we were going right into the playoffs. Of course, you were hurt, and we were starting Biron's Journal and what have you. And one of the things you talked about was you had a new strategy. You said, all these years I've been in the NHL, I've grown this playoff beard, and I've never won the Stanley Cup. So last year you decided to go the other way, shave all the time, and the Rangers didn't win the Stanley Cup. So what's the game plan this year for Marty Biron? Do you let half of it grow and shave the other half your face?
I figured last year was different because I was hurt, so I really, it was a stumble. It wasn't clear if I should take part or not. I wasn't dressed. I was in the press box, so I really don't know that we can count that. This year, I think I'm going to keep it nice and neat, but I will not go all the way to the skin. We were fortunate enough to have a gift from Norelco that's sponsoring the Beardathon, and we all got new trimmers, so I'm going to keep it nice and trim and shave. But what I did, which was really good, is on Easter we were all outside. It was a beautiful day. My wife, the kids, everybody were outside enjoying the sun, and we got the clippers out, and we decided to shave the head. So, I mean, there's a playoff haircut. I'm going to try to maintain it short and keep going that way. That's if the beard doesn't. I don't have a thick beard. I can't grow it. Some guys here have pretty good mustache, and we won't mention Doobie's thing that he had on last year.
The Doobie stash.
The Doobie stash, but some guys have thick beards and they can go. I don't, so I decided to go with the new haircut.
So let's see. So we covered a lot of ground there. So basically, you're going the groomed Henrik Lundqvist, Brandon Prust look with the beard then.
I'm going to try. I don't know that I can pull it off. I don't know. I mean, Hank is pretty full, Prusty too. They both had the flow. I'm clean shaven. I don't know. I'm just going to see. I mean, obviously, it's what feels right. And, some guys are going to think I'm crazy, which they did after the game yesterday when I'm shaving. We win, I'm shaving. They're like, hey, listen, you're supposed to do that before the playoffs, not after. But I'm a goalie. I take shots in the head for a living, so we'll see what happens.
Obviously, you have to prepare yourself every game as if you're going to play because you don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. But yet, you're not starting. But when that anthem's going on and the crowd is just building and building, first through the Canadian anthem, then through the U.S. anthem, and you're standing there on the bench during the anthems, what is going through your head? What's going through your mind and your body and your heart while that's going on in Madison Square Garden?
The first thing that I thought about, like during the anthem, game one, was some of the comments that were made last year in the playoffs about how the Garden's faithful were not loud. They were pretty quiet, and they definitely contradicted that last night because they were loud right from the beginning. I had the goosebumps going. I was looking around. Everybody had their towel going. It's pretty intense, and it's April. It's playoff hockey. It's just a great time, and I'm really I was really impressed, really happy to see the fans and how we responded to give them that. That was great.
So game 2 coming up on Saturday. Question is, what do you guys need to do better, you think? Because Ottawa's going to come big, faster and better themselves. And can the Garden crowd top themselves from game 1?
Oh, the Garden crowd will always be there, and they'll always be at the top of their game. I think yesterday you saw it after every goal. It was they kind of carried us through the game at some point. Hanky made a couple saves early on, and they were cheering Hanky like it was, the end of a game after a great effort. They were in right from the beginning. What do we have to do? Ottawa's really, really talented. They have a really good team, and they showed it throughout the game yesterday. We were able to get a few breaks and get a few quick early goals, and that got us going and kind of put the game in our direction. But we do know that game 2 is going to be an even harder match, harder duel, and it's just going to keep going. When you're down in a playoff series, you don't remember really what game 1 was all about. You just have to make adjustment, and that's the tricky thing for a team and the coaching staff and the opposition is to see what adjustments are going to work and where that game's going to go.
Well, the 1-year anniversary of Biron's Journal. Marty's actually got to go to a meeting right now. I don't want to get him in trouble. I saw coaches looking in here. I don't want to get you in trouble. So you go to work so you can still be a goalie and still be a part of this thing and not a full-time Biron's Journal host.
I will blame it on you. You can pay my fine, and that's it. It's in my contract. I mean, if you owe me for longer than my 5 minutes of time, you get to pay.
Checks in the mail.
That's right.
That's Marty Biron. This is Marty's own Biron's Journal. He's back.